Hello guys, how are you all? Today we are going to make a car drifting game within 24 hours. For this, there are many game engines available like Unity, Unreal, and Godot, and many others. But I'm going to choose Unreal Engine because its graphics quality is very good. I'm not really a gamer, but I know Blender, so this will be easier for me. I've also used Unreal Engine once or twice before. So first of all, we open our software. I created a new project, and once the project was fully set up, I moved directly to Blender to prepare the vehicle. Inside Blender, I used the traffic add-on to select a suitable car model for the game. After importing the car, I carefully renamed all the tires and wheel objects, making sure their names followed proper conventions so they would be recognized correctly inside Unreal Engine. After setting the wheel names, I used the UE Rig add-on to rig the car specifically for Unreal Engine. During this process, I made sure the car body, wheels, and root object were structured correctly with proper transforms, rotations, and scale applied. And the car behaved as expected. Finally, after verifying everything, I exported the car in FBX format, using Unreal-friendly export settings so the model would import cleanly into Unreal Engine without any errors. Then I added a wheeled vehicle pawn and gave it a name. After opening it, I went inside and selected my car's mesh so that the car model became linked to the pawn. Inside that vehicle setup, I added a spring arm to the car and then attached a camera to it. I positioned both the spring arm and the camera correctly so the view follows the car the way I want. Next, I searched for the physics simulation settings and turned it on. When I enabled it, it started to behave like real physics, which was really exciting. However, the car still doesn't move yet. After that, I added a game mode base and gave it a proper, meaningful name. I opened the game mode and selected my car as the default pawn so the game knows which vehicle the player will control. Then I enabled the world settings, went into them, and selected the game mode that I had just created. After doing this setup, the game became playable. When I pressed play, I noticed a small glitch. To fix this, I needed to adjust the player's start position, moving it upwards so the car doesn't spawn inside the ground. After that, I pressed play again. The game started correctly, but the car still can't move, and the camera also doesn't move yet. This is because none of the controls or input systems are set up at this stage. So, before the car can drive and the camera can respond, we first need to properly set up the controls, camera behavior, and vehicle input system. Before setting up the camera, we first create the wheel system. First, we add a Chaos Vehicles wheel and give it a proper name such as front. Then we duplicate it and rename the duplicate to rear. Next, we open the rear wheel and assign it the rear wheel class. And similarly, we open the front wheel and assign it the front wheel class. After that, we open our vehicle blueprint. Inside the vehicle movement section, we go to Wheel Setup. Here, we click the plus button 4 times to add 4 wheels. For each wheel entry, we set the wheel class, front or rear, and carefully enter the bone name exactly according to the tire bone names we used in Blender. This step is very important. If the bone names don't match, the wheels won't work correctly. So while I set this up, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Now, the front and rear blueprint wheel classes that we created earlier need to be assigned here. So for the wheels with front tire names, we assign the front wheel class, and for the wheels with rear tire names, we assign the rear wheel class. After that, we also fine-tune the torque curve, adjusting it properly so the car behaves more realistically. I've completed this setup now. Next, we move on to camera movement and car controls. We open the event graph and add an Add Relative Rotation node. Then we drag in the spring arm and connect it to this node. We also add the mouse X and mouse Y input nodes, which allow us to control the camera angle using the mouse. After setting up the camera controls, we add the vehicle input nodes. Set throttle input. I built a system like this, but it's mostly the default setup. Since I'm still new to this, I don't yet know how to create a fully custom system. Anyway, all of this is done now, so it's time to press play and test the game. When I played the game, it was running smoothly and everything was working, but the tires were not rotating, so we needed to fix that. First, we focused on rotating the tires. For this, I right-clicked on the skeletal mesh and created an animation blueprint. Then I went inside it and applied the simple and basic settings needed for wheel rotation. I'm showing this part a bit fast, but after setting it up, the tires started rotating, which was a great sign. After that, we fixed the steering. We opened the front wheel blueprint and enabled steering there. Once steering was turned on, the front wheels started rotating correctly. Now the car is driving properly, the wheels are rotating, the steering is working, and everything feels good and smooth. There are still a few issues in this setup. For example, the camera rotates suddenly along with the car, which doesn't feel right, so we turn that behavior off to keep the camera stable. Another issue is that the car's center of mass is too high, which causes the car to flip over easily. To fix this, I adjust the center of mass, lowering it so the car becomes more stable and behaves realistically. Now I'm going to fix these issues so the driving feels smoother, and the car no longer flips unnecessarily. So now all of these issues have been fixed. The next thing we need to do is apply textures to the car. I'm going to keep the textures simple because I'm still new to Unreal Engine, and I don't fully know the proper or advanced way to apply textures yet. After finishing the texturing, I'm going to start creating the game UI, such as a play button and a settings button. So without wasting any more time, let's start building the UI right away. So guys, our car system is now completely ready, and my time is also up. Everything else is set for now. In the next part, we'll create the environment for this game, because right now it doesn't look very good. We'll build a high-quality environment to make the game look much better. So make sure you subscribe, and I'll teach you all of this as well. First, let me learn it properly myself, and then I'll share everything with you. So subscribe quickly.